If you've ever heard people talking about stokvels and you just thought to yourself that, I don't really know what that is, I can't really invest my money into something that I don't trust, then this episode is for you. In this episode, I'm going to be explaining what stokvels are, how they work, what you can expect, and the benefits of being in a stokvel. Hi guys, my name is Dinyiko, and on this channel we talk about financial literacy, focusing mainly on wealth creation and wealth protection. I never used to believe in stokvels. I'm someone who used to think that I can save money on my own, so I don't really need the assistance of other people to do that. In 2023, where I was working, in December, they were sharing the money and I was there and I was so taken by the whole experience because I was just thinking that, are these people sharing money so easily? Oh my gosh, you know what? I'm gonna join it next year. And then what happened is that in 2024, I was no longer working at that company. So what ended up happening is that I started my own stokvel. And then we were able to raise 50,000 rand, and it was cool. And shame, I don't want to lie, that money made a difference in December. And then 2025, we decided to continue with the stokvel, and we raised the whopping 150,000 rand. That's when I said, you know what, stokvels work. A lot of people are so scared of stokvels because they're scared of getting scammed. I get it. I've seen so many stories, especially on TikTok, on social media generally, of people who've been scammed in the name of a stokvel. So I get it. I understand that it can go wrong. But if you find the right stokvel that has a good structure, you'll see how powerful it is. What is a stokvel? It's a group of people coming together and saving money each and every month. And then what happens is that at the end of the year, they share the money amongst themselves and then they use it for different reasons. That is all. A lot of people feel like they can't save on their own. They feel that I'll save this money today and then after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm borrowing that money from myself, and then the reality is that I never pay myself back. Right? So if that's you, then maybe a stokvel would be perfect for you. And I'm going to give you 3 reasons why I say this. Number 1, a stokvel has structure. When you get into a stokvel, there are rules, there are regulations that you need to follow. So here, you don't base things on your feelings. You follow the structure and that's it. The second thing about stokvels is that there are always people to keep you accountable. This thing of yours of saving this month, next month you are chilling, next month you save, you skip, you save, that does not work. You're gonna always have people to keep you accountable for the promises that you made at the beginning of the year. The third reason why I love stokvels is because that pressure, you see that pressure in the group of people sending proof of payment every month, that pressure will force you to be consistent. This is how stokvels work in practice, right? Here's a simple example. Let's say you're a group of 10 people and then you save 500 for 12 months. That means that at the end of the year, each and every person would have saved 6,000 rand. And as a collective, you would have saved 60,000 rand. And if you think about it, that amount is not easy to save if you are alone. Stokvels, guys, those things work. The most important thing about them though is that you need to try your best to avoid being scammed. So with us, our stokvel started with the people that we know. We started with people that we knew, so we knew that you can't really get burnt because this person, you'll just fetch them. You know where they live, you know? So yeah, guys, just try not to get yourself into a stokvel, especially for the first time, with people that you don't really know and trust. I think it's important that when you're in a stokvel, you need to have like some set of rules or what is called a constitution, right? You need to know when you begin your stokvel, you need to know how much each person is expected to contribute. You need to know that, okay, this is the minimum amount, and you need to set the rules that no one can go below it. You have to come up with rules to make sure that this thing becomes a serious structure. Get it in writing so that it's not just verbal. For us, when we started the stokvel, we used to use my personal account. So we used it for 2 years. And honestly, when we did it the first time, I didn't really overthink it. I honestly, guys, I really thought we just Yeah, but we're just doing it in J. So yeah, we did it the first year. We used my personal account. The second year, we also used my personal account. But now, because we've saved so much money, I'm realizing that we can't keep doing this. We can't keep doing this, in my account. So the best thing to do is to get a dedicated bank account. Banks offer Stokvel accounts, and yeah, I think it just makes it better, because now when it's in someone's personal account, a lot can happen. So if you can just open a Stokvel account, I know, like, I've been searching online, ABSA has it, I think FNB has it, a lot of financial institutions have it, and that could actually, it is the best way to start, because in that way it's going to create a lot of transparency and accountability. And what I love about these Stokvel accounts is that they need 3 people to actually start the account, so that money cannot be accessed by just one person. So yeah, let's do it like that. Please go open a Stokvel account. When you want to withdraw the money, because there are 3 people who opened the account, they're gonna need 3 signatures before that money goes anywhere. One person can't just go and withdraw. What you should do if you have a Stokvel is that, number 1, you guys must have a WhatsApp group where you communicate monthly, and then it's very important to always share the bank statements with each other, so that the whole process can be transparent, and yeah, everyone can just be comfortable. To avoid being scammed, stop getting into these Stokvels where they promise you these high returns and they tell you they're gonna multiply your money. Stokvel, don't do that, okay? If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is, okay? The thing about Stokvels is that I think the culture behind it, especially like now we're talking about the most basic structure of a Stokvel, right? The basic structure of it is that we don't really focus a lot on interest, and it's not about the money growing, especially in the beginning stages of the Stokvel. So just don't go for these Stokvels where they tell you they're going to be multiplying your money and stuff like that. Please, guys, let's get out of that system of thinking that we just want quick profits and we just want to be doubling our money. Guys, no. I want you guys to always remember me. You must pause every time it sounds too good to be true. You must think of me and think that Tenyiko said real wealth takes time, okay? So stop it. So there are different types of Stokvels that people have. A lot of people use Stokvels for groceries. That's how most people do it. So what they do, they save the money the whole year, and then in December, people know that December has a lot of pressure, so they know that with that Stokvel money they can buy bulk groceries, and then that kind of eases the pressure of the festive season, if I can say so. And then they know that, okay, after I've received this money in December, those groceries are gonna fall into the next year, meaning there's less pressure for me in Jan. So it works, it makes sense. And then there are other Stokvels that people use for, it's just saving money. Everyone does what they like with that money. A lot of people feel like they don't earn enough to be in a Stokvel, but guys, Stokvels are not for high income earners. That is not true, okay? I think more than anything, a Stokvel is for someone who wants to be held accountable, someone who feels like they want structure and they just want to be consistent with their savings. You don't need a big income, you just need discipline, and you just need a good group of people, and then you guys can get started. Like with our Stokvel, the minimum amount was 250 per month. So you don't need big amounts to be in a Stokvel. I advocate for Stokvels because of these reasons. Stokvels teach you about money. Stokvels teach you to be disciplined. They teach you to plan ahead, and they help you to delay gratification. I've gotten such great feedback from people who are in my Stokvel. I wish I could post them for you to see, but I have people telling me that before I joined the Stokvel, I couldn't even save money on my own. This is my first time saving money for a full year. And that's when I saw the power that is in Stokvels. I've got people telling me, begging me to please continue with the Stokvel. And that's when I realized that, there's a lot of potential. With the Stokvel, they were able to learn how to save money. And if you know what I'm about, that's all I need to hear. In closing, this is what I'm gonna say. Stokvels have always been there. They're very traditional, like Adikale Karina, right? And honestly speaking, it's a practical financial tool. If you use it properly, you can achieve so much. The reason why I'm posting this episode today, while it's still early in the year, is because, guys, I want to encourage you to join a Stokvel. please. It's not advice, okay? If you need advice, you need to go and get a financial planner who is registered with the FSCA, okay? I'm just saying that I would, if you feel like you can't do this on your own, get a Stokvel. They really work. In the next episode, I'm going to be sharing with you a different type of mindset when it comes to Stokvels. And I am only getting this mindset now, 2 years later. I never even saw these type of possibilities when it comes to Stokvels. And what's crazy about it is that in 2021, I was in the same room with Palesa Lungolo. She is a financial expert and an author. I'll attach a picture of this book. We need to get that book, guys. In the next episode, I'm going to be talking about how we can take Stokvels to the next level. Guys, the future is bright, okay? Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Mwah.